I can see she's attractive, but I can't see she's attractive, if that makes sense. I was
Yeah.
like, I can smell you got it going on. I can tell you got it going on, but the wig, your face is brown, your leg is pale.
Hey my loves, welcome back to our channel. I'm your girl Intisar Eleanor. I'm joined today and always by my beautiful husband Joseph Conner.
Hey.
And we are on the Conner's couch. We have been having so much fun talking to the people in all of the multiverses of all of
Not
the
all of the
shows
multiverse.
that we be watching or whatever. So we are so excited to have a guest with us today to
Yeah.
chit chat and get to know a little bit better. But before we do that, we obviously want to get into our kind of our week or whatever the case may be and how we've been feeling. Joe, how you been feeling this week?
I'm tired. This week done wore me down. I've been working hard for the money this week. But we got a lot done, a lot of good motion in the air. Got a busy month next month.
I know.
So y'all got to pray for us because we're going to be all over the place next month. We talking about Philly. Shout out to Philly. We going back to Philly next month. I'm going to be back in Philly a couple times next month.
Yeah. And no hoes, he cannot see you. You cannot call his phone. I'll blow a bitch right the fuck up. Okay.
But if the hoes want to, if the hoes want to support sickle cell, I'm gonna be in Philly for the Roots picnic.
Y'all, the hoes could say hi to air.
Because y'all want to support sickle cell. Sickle cell is affecting the Black community at an alarming rate, and we are helping raise awareness for it with my team at the Red Cross. So we're doing a big activation with Live Nation and the Roots Picnic. So it's going to be a real Philly fantastic weekend. Music Soul Child is supposed to be coming through and supporting us as well. He's being honored. He's also performing this year, so that'll be super cool. And he's being honored at the Roots Picnic this year. So yeah, the host can celebrate sickle cell awareness as well.
So there's that. I'm sick as a dog, so just give your girlfriend some time today. Because I'm trying not to take too much medicine and everything like that. But you know, me and this baby trying to figure some things out together. But yeah, we went out last week and I had such a good time. We went to Tile Beach.
So fun.
And it was such a fucking vibe. So if you're in Vegas and you're looking for like hip hop or whatever the case may be, and what did we get? We got not a cabina, we got a
just like a day bed.
A day bed or whatever, but it was big, it was dope.
It was
inexpensive.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, so y'all need to check them out. Because I actually had a really good time. And I'm living in swimsuits right now. So
yeah, it's that time.
It's that time. I'm living in swimsuits. I haven't had any cravings this week, but this morning for breakfast I ate oranges and crabs. It was phenomenal.
That sounds so wild. God bless on your stomach.
It was so good. I kept going back. I was standing over the pot eating.
Oh my God.
I was standing over the pot. Feeling my oranges.
Pray for me this afternoon because I don't know what that reaction is gonna be like.
I know, right? I say that to you. I think I want chicken wings, but we're here and we're back. If you're new here, make sure you bust down, subscribe to this Naim Journey channel. Okay,
Yeah.
We are growing and glowing. I woke up one day we had 5,000. Then I woke up, no lie, 2 days later we had 5,600 subscribers. So shout out to y'all. Like, I mean, no lie, like 2 days later. So I don't know who is up in here, but make sure you make yourself known. Who are you? Where you from? We want to know. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's dig on this. So today we are joined by a special guest. Okay, so it's one of my favorite seasons of Ready to Love right now is the Philadelphia season. And I don't know why. I think it's like we're from Philly. You all know this. But it does feel like a super authentic, genuine experience that we're going through with people who are just really raw and really
because we don't know how to be any different.
Exactly. And it's kind of nice to watch versus like some of the other seasons, which I love, but this one is kind of a standout for me. So we are joined today by the Mr. Naim Journey.
Yeah. What's good, sir?
What's up, y'all? I'm excited. I'm so excited. Just hearing y'all intro, I'm like, y'all talking about me. But no, for real. I just want to give y'all flowers, man, because, you know, showing up, having your disposition as a Black couple, You honoring your wife, honoring your husband, you and each other, also respecting each other. I love seeing that on camera. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's
I
dope,
love
man.
so just, you allow her to be her. She allowed you to be you. She don't let you get too much. You don't let her get too much, but y'all still there for each other, complimenting each other. And just to see this, I'm like, man, I got goosebumps because I'm like, these are goals. These are actually goals.
Oh, I
That was
appreciate
so
that, man.
loving. Oh my God.
Yeah,
You know I'm
I
right, man.
appreciate
Everything is a thing.
everything is good. Nah,
That was
I really
lovely.
appreciate that. And we appreciate you taking your time out to sit down and rock with us today. I know you are on the go right now.
Mhm.
So first tell us a little bit about what you got going on because I know you on the road right now.
Right now I'm in AC. I just got a training that I got to do till Sunday. I do multi-level marketing as well. I just closed my gym down in February. I'm looking for a new
Oh
location.
man.
Yeah, so no, it's no big deal. It's like instead of renewing the lease, I can't fit 200, 300 people in there the way I would like to. So it held me down for 7 years. I've been doing what I've been doing in the community for about 12 years now, as far as working us out, getting them, introducing our people to a healthy, active lifestyle. But just overall, making better choices. My story is before I started my journey, I had a heavy acting career. I was acting like I was having my way with life, and life was actually having its way with me. You know what I
I
mean?
can't.
Wow.
And no, for real, I was tired of who I was being, right, y'all? And I wasn't loving who I was. I went through so much growing up, from adoption, issues with my parents. I tell people all the time I had, more issues than Jet Magazine. You know what I mean? Growing up. And I just wanted something different, didn't know how. 2013 is when my journey started. Went through a breakup. Grandma was in hospice, just didn't know what to do, in and out of prison, sold drugs, never valued a job, value relationships, those sort of things. So for me to be on the path that I'm on now and get opportunities where somebody called me to be on a reality show to do it, I'm like, thank you, God. You know what I mean? Like, life
Yeah.
has changed because I did. And it's not just the reality show, it's the character.
They reached
Yeah.
out to you
Yeah.
to get on the show. Is it that they saw you in the apps or your social media?
No, it was you know how you get them random text messages like, yo, make sure y'all vote today. Yo, we got 30% off XYZ, XYZ. It was
Yes.
a random text like, yo, Naeem, hey, how would you like to be on Ready to Love on OWN? You were referred by XYZ, a woman that I met in the airport about 3 years ago, who I never seen again, but we just hit it off so crazy. We just became Instagram buddies. But she works in some type of entertainment avenue. I don't know exactly what she did. I thought she did makeup and wardrobe, but she's obviously a little bit more heavier than that.
Mhm.
But she referred me. So when they called me, when I told them yes, I thought it was a podcast. I thought it was like, yeah, I'll get on there and talk my shit. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But
Yeah,
no,
straight
for real.
up.
No, for real. I'm like, I got stuff to talk. So I'll go in there and talk. But when they started sending me emails, it was like Oprah own. And I'm like, wait. And I Googled it. I'm like, oh, this is one of them Johns.
Yeah.
And then I started looking. I'm like, oh, this joint been out for like 9 seasons. That's nephew Tommy. I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, oh wow. So each step leading up to it was like funny because I'm like, yo, I would have never signed up for this. Being as though it's falling in my lap, I'm gonna do it. And in that time, I was in a healthy space of dating. Like
Yes.
I've been out my relationship for a minute. I was healthy dating new women, inviting them into my world. You don't want to bring women into some bullshit. So
Right.
I was in the so when I agreed to do it, I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. So that's what that was.
Did you have to go through like a host of interviews, or was it like when they met you, they knew?
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. They made me feel like this is it. We don't need to talk no more. Just
Yeah.
stay tuned. Just stay tuned. We'll be back to you when we get everybody else. That's the way they made me feel. And then when I got on the show, a lot of the people on the show told me like, "Yo, I auditioned for this," or "Yo, I had 4 or 5 interviews with this," and I'm like, "Oh shucks."
Oh.
So I just kind of kept it to myself, just like in gratitude.
You can tell though, because you do have a very standout personality.
Oh yeah, very charismatic. I mean,
Yes.
when we saw you on the first episode, we was like, now I'm gonna be honest, I didn't love the cast as a whole. I just
Right,
at first
right,
and now we have grown to like
right,
familiarity with these people and everything like that. But at first I was like, I'm not really crazy about this bunch. But you were one
right,
of the ones that we was like, totally get it. Like, you know what I
right,
mean?
Even
right,
with the 5 kids, I was telling people like, I get it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know
right,
what I mean? Like,
right.
I get it. But you say, I want to take a step back. So you weren't necessarily in a place where you would be on a dating show, but you were in a place in your life where you were dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I had probably like two women I was dating around that time. Me and my ex had been broken up for a good amount of time. That it was healthy space. And matter of fact, me and my ex was in a good space of dating. I had seen her out with another guy at the Sixers game, and I was with a whole nother. You know what I mean? And I didn't. It wasn't no blow up. It's not fair to the woman I'm with. It's not fair to whoever she's with. We really like when you care about somebody. It's like, yo, we done, and I respect you enough to be done and not be a crash out.
Yeah.
Joe wasn't no
Even though I have even though I have crashed out before.
Yeah. Because I would have been too hot. But so you said that you were, at the time you were, single and dating in the city. Now we met in high school, right?
Yeah.
Zar moved back to Philly for a little bit after college, but I really pretty much did not, right? So
Right.
I don't really know what it's like to be a young adult dating in the city of Philadelphia.
Right.
What was the dating scene like for you when you was out there and just kind of just doing your thing?
Honestly, bro, that's a good question, Joe, because I got, 5 children. My oldest daughter, I had her at 25. Now, when I had her, I was in the streets selling drugs, in and out of prison, carrying pistols, jumping through windows, all that type of nonsense, right? So for me, I never really dated in a healthy space. You know what I mean? I always created a mess. And had to clean it up. Right. So in my personally developed stages of life, older now, and last summer, it was like, all right, I'm out this relationship, healthy space. Now let me put the energy out that I want so I can attract the type of women that I want to be with, right? And I started attracting folks that was beautiful, had it going on, but it was like, damn, like this one girl, she has a husband, she lied about. This other girl, she got a boyfriend. I know him. She lied about. This other girl got more issues than me. I feel like I'm going to be more for her than she's going to, you know what I mean? So it's like, all right. So as you get older, I'll be 44 in November. As we get older, it's like you create more boundaries and standards.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like once I got out of my relationship, the old Naeem was done. I had new boundaries and standards. So it was like, yo, okay, when y'all come to the table, you got to come to the table correct. It's not that, and I don't want to say like how guys be like, yo, what do you bring to the table? No, I know my value, but I need you to know your value because that's what I'm attracted to.
When you think about like what you're attracted to and going through this process,
Mm-hmm.
what were you like? I'm walking into this and
Right.
she got to have boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? What were things that stood out for you?
For me, it was like, all right, she gotta have some type of awareness about herself. She gotta know where she's at, where she's been, and where she's going. She gotta have some non-negotiables with God. She doesn't have to be the same religion as me, but just some non-negotiables in that area. She has to want to work on herself. I don't care if she doesn't work out. She has to want to work on herself. Some things other than just going to work, coming home, and just doing the bare minimum. And I'm not saying something's wrong with that. I just require that because I know what I know what I'm capable of doing. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't have to be perfect, but like I said, like the old me will get in my head and be like, nah, the nerve of you telling women what you need and what you want. Who the fuck who you think you is, bro? But it's like, no, bro, you really worked on yourself. You came a long way. Yes. You not that dude. You deserve what you deserve. So I stood on that. So my non-negotiables was that and bad feet.
Jesus,
bro, that's me too.
I
told Zara asked me something the other day. I said I couldn't do it because I'm just too picky. Like your feet got to be a certain.
You want them to be a certain size.
They got to be a certain. I don't do the flippers. I don't do the WNBA players. Is not for me.
Zar, listen, Joe is that. Zar, look, hey Zar, if her second toe is bigger than her big toe,
oh no, I'm out.
I'm good.
I can't do it.
I'm good.
I can't do it.
Listen, real quick on the show, they asked me about somebody. They was like, Naeem, what's up with her? Why you don't like her? I was like, did y'all see her feet? And they was like, Naeem, are you kidding me? I said, hold up, I got to pick. They was like, you don't got to pick. And I showed them the pick. They was like, oh my God. I was like, y'all ain't seen them jump.
Nah, I can't do them.
Toe just hanging off the shoe.
I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. The toe hanging over the joint like this.
This joint I'm talking about, she had three on, she had two corns, a joint on the bottom, and the pinky was like mutant.
Nah.
But what if she might have been a dancer, Naeem? I got dancer's feet.
No, you don't. You got pretty feet, and that's why you sitting right here on this couch.
Oh my God.
Because if you did, we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Joe said, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Joe said, don't do that to me.
Dancer feet, so, but no. Oh, okay.
Dancer feet, meaning you heel-toed in the street in the rain, is one thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, dancing like ballet and things.
Right.
Yeah.
But I can't do a little heel toe in the street.
That part too. But that's very different from them being jacked up and
Jacked up.
wanted.
I think you made a very valid point. I think that men sometimes don't. We're in this weird space where I think either men are on one end of the spectrum and they want to know what you're bringing to the table, or they don't advocate
For what
the
they
things
want.
they actually want. And I think that's a very good point you made when you said, like, you know, the more I'm in and out of relationships, the more I can say there's just certain things I don't want either. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute, don't get me wrong too, because at times I felt like a failure because I'm like, damn, nah, you got 3 baby moms, you know, like you got you don't have no successful relationships, and it's like, what's up with you? And it's like, yo, nah, like just do something different in order to get something different. You did that with your life, now do that in your relationship, so it's the same thing.
But no, I think that's a very valid thing. So when you came on, were you like locked in to the experience, or were you just like, I'm a vibe, and if I catch a
See what
vibe,
it say. Yeah, see what it's going to
No,
be.
so when I went on there, it was more or less like, it wasn't jump down somebody's throat from the rip. It wasn't that. Like, you're like, yo, who do you like from the beginning, Naim? Who do you like? And it's like, if that was the case, it'd be like, hey, I like her and her. I could tell them, hey, I like Kiera and True. My next 2 dates is with Rose and Deanna. I'm like, yo, I just told y'all I like them. But they want you to engage and get to know everybody. So once I realized that, I was like, okay, let me not press the issue with one person and let me, because they'll come back, Tommy will come back to you and be like, so Naeem, when you was with Sahara, did you find out her non-negotiables? And niggas be like, and, right, and it'd be like because they wasn't interested, or if they wasn't interested, they wasn't fully indulging in conversation. And I was engaging with everybody because that's the type of person I am. But then also, even if I wasn't physically attracted to somebody, by me opening up and being, you know, transparent and being myself, that allowed them to do the same thing. And then next thing you know, you be like, yo, I like her, she's dope, let me get to know her more. So it aided on the process more. But I wasn't like, well, yeah, because everybody was asking me like, Naeem, what if you find love? I'm like, if I find love, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see
I'm with it. Right.
You're gonna see the rhythm. But I'm not on here like first come, first served basis. I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, you know.
Now, one of the reasons why I couldn't do a show like this is because I'm not great with multiple women, right? I'm just not. That's just not. I've always been like a monogamous type of dater, right? How has it been for you being on a show
Great
where
question.
you are now have to date 1,000 different women at the same time? And even though they're on a show where they have to date 1,000 different men, some of them have an issue with you dating 1,000 different women at the same time.
That's true. That happened that way. But to answer your question, I realized on that show how mature I've become and how much I've grown when I realized, yo, I don't entertain a bunch of frivolous shit no more, y'all. So it's like, regardless of all of them being attractive or dope or dynamic or whatever they got going on, it's like this is draining. And trying to
draining is literally the word I would use. I see it in my mind.
It's draining. And what's that? And like my social battery at night, I'm not talking to nobody at night. I'm coming home. First of all, I love my alone time. But second of all, I'm not following up with them like, yo, how was your day? What was your favorite part about today? Nah, I see you when I see you. And then true story, even like one person in particular that I was dating around the time that I was filming the show, because she was like, what you gonna do when the show at? I'm like, I can handle this. I got on the show and I'm like, oh, I can't handle this, Stank. I can't handle this.
No, I can't handle this, Stank.
I had to let her know, like, I was like, yo, listen, you were right. You were right.
We're right.
I thought I was going to be able to handle this. I can't. And before I'm unfair to you, let me just put some space in between it. It is not because I'm feeling somebody enough. It's more or less like, yo, I'm giving this everything. I'm on television every day. I can't be on here half-assing. I can't be on here not being myself. They got alcohol everywhere. I'm not drinking because I'm not trying to be on TV fried. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like even if you're on set all day, even if you're filming all day, even if you're on set all day, you're not filming all day. So they got alcohol, food. Dudes come back on set like, I'm like, nah, nope.
Yeah.
Are they
I'll wait till
feeding you
later.
too? Like, is it a fair
Oh,
amount
yeah.
of food?
Oh, yeah, listen, bro. Like somebody said that to me. Somebody from like one of the old seasons said that to me. Are they feeding you? Are they taking care of you? Watch how they pick the picture and edit it. And I'm like, sis, I was smooth on there. I loved how I was. And I'm like, yo, from Budokan to PF Chang to whatever, chick, whatever, every day is catered something. Every day is I'm talking about lunch, dinner. I'm not even talking about the dates. The dates they pay for that. I'm talking about while we on deliberation and they like, yo, cameraman, everybody break. Yo, it's Budokan, Chick-fil-A, and Five Guys. Bet.
Yeah,
Next day,
that's good because some of the contestants from Love is Blind, which is a similar show, they got a lawsuit out, and it's very public, so we're not breaking no news. They got a lawsuit out on them because they said they was all they was allegedly doing was feeding them alcohol and nothing else. They was in the pods not eating, and so they got a whole little class action suit going on with there. So that's why now we on alert. We asking people, are they feeding you?
No, listen, from the cast, men and women, to the production, cameramen, lighting, directors, everybody, the boom, everybody. I had a great experience. Honestly, that's what made this such a great experience. It was the behind the scenes, the people, how they made us feel, safe and comfortable. I didn't go through that. And I'm sorry for anybody that did. I didn't go through that.
Did you feel like there were anybody that you were, like any women that you felt like closer to? And this is prior to the second half. I don't want you to
right
beans or anything, but like in the first half of this season, did you feel like I'm leaning closer to this person?
Yeah, so keep it 100. True was like the main person that I was feeling, and that's one reason was she was feeling me. She was like she was determined German, like no, like I'm talking. You know how they grab your hand, like yo, listen, you don't go nowhere. Why are you calling her? Why are you calling her? You know what I mean? Like, so she was making me feel that, and I'm like, I can see she's attractive, but I can't see she's attractive, if that makes sense. I was like, I know, I can smell you got it going on. I can tell you got it going on, but the wig, your face is brown, your leg is pale. Your face is brown, your leg is pale. You got great teeth. But you know what I mean? And then even listen, Lord Joe, listen, even when the other men felt like, yo, she was being like intimidated or she was being like interrogational, I didn't feel like that. I felt like she knew what she wanted. Okay. I didn't feel like that because you notice they didn't show me saying who I liked and who I didn't like. They didn't show that till later. Because each joint, I was like, I don't know, I like it. Because even the cameraman, they be like, so Naim, who do you like? And they be like, Naim don't like nobody. I'm like, I really don't. I really just getting to know everybody, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm not really, but see, the girls, the one authentic part was, nobody was on there like ill, right? But one authentic part was Tay. When Tay gave me the cold shoulder, that was real life. She really like, all right, I'll see you later. But then she hit me back and was like, yo, this you on the gram? Yo, I know who you is. Yo, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was you. Blase blip. Can we double back? And I showed the show like, yo, y'all see this? Y'all see this? we got motion. We got motion, right? So authentically, that was authentic. That wasn't like something forced, because every episode when everybody was like, Rose, Tay, I'm like, I don't know them because they didn't give me the time of day. As the process went on, that's when all of them got to really know me and was like, yo, but it wasn't no thing of, Kiera had her connection with Jay, and this is real nigga shit, right? Yeah. Kiera had her connection with Jay. Even though it's a dating show, Jay my man now. I'm not stepping on Jay's toes. If this a real thing, I'm advocating for it. Like, yo, we want y'all to go to the end. Same thing with, I didn't know Tay, but even the same thing with Francisco. Francisco came to me authentically off camera with that conversation first, and then later on requested that conversation be on camera. And it was like, okay, cool. When he requested it to be on camera, it was like, one, he was going through something with Tay. He didn't want to open up to no other women. He didn't want to open up to no other women. Like, he was like, yo, Tay is the one. If I can't have Tay, I don't want nobody else. So the show was kind of like, no, bro, you got to get to know other people. He was like, no. He was sharing his transparency on why he didn't want to share with the other women, because he like, yo, if Tay acting like this, I'm not trying to embarrass myself with nobody else. Right. And I ain't blame him.
We want to get to the Francisco situation because that's something that we specifically wanted to talk about. But we got to go back a little bit to True, right?
True.
So
Keisha.
you had
her name Keisha.
Okay.
We found that out after. We found that out. I was like,
oh, hell, what?
That's why we was like, what? Yo, her name not even True. She not even 32. Her name Keisha. She not from Philly. She from where? She from Jersey City. Why she tell us?
But this is the thing. I told Zar, that's not her age. Whatever the age she was. When she first said it, I said, nope, that's not her age.
Joe, I didn't care about her age. I just couldn't tell if she was 52 or 38. She was giving Lady Eloise vibes. No, Zar. She was giving Lady Eloise vibes.
No, 1,000%.
That's my motherfucking movie.
First of all, that's true shit. Cause I said that. I said that's not. I said she ain't been 32 in at least 5 years. But
first of all,
that's neither here nor there.
Not too much.
The scariest part, the name thing.
Also weird.
Like, I do call myself Zar. My name is Intisar, but that's
a nickname.
That's a nickname. But from Keisha to True, I knew her name was Keisha, bro. And I'm like, but when we saw True, I'm like, all right, that's what she said she won't call herself. So
no, right. Right.
You know what I mean? But that's got to be hard to get to know somebody and even trust in a process when, as you're going through it, you unfolding all this stuff about them.
But not only that, so now we know it wasn't the real name, but apparently she didn't give you a real number. We got to talk about the bubble situation with
True.
Walk us through that and let us know what was the real from your perspective as far as how that went.
So I think for me, I didn't care from the rip. Just any real ninja, I didn't care. I'm like, okay, we texting, hey, good morning. Like, this is, if I show you I think I showed you, Joe. I think I showed you our messages. But if I show our messages was like, yo, call Angie for what? We all meeting at Somo. All right, bet. Yo, thank you. Yo, great morning. Yo, how was your day? Yo, what was you doing? Blase Blitz. It was here and there messages all the time until that day she came to my shop. The day she came to my shop, she was extra late. And they was ready to pack up. But up until then, she was so late for production. Up until then, I was the only one in that circle that had True at their top. The only one, right? So with me, it was like every time I seen her, it was like, I'm trying to figure you out. And then you gave me this attitude. This was the attitude she gave me. So one day I called her and Kiera. They both was on set. I wasn't there, but I just called them. Kiera called, she didn't answer. No, True didn't answer. Kiera answered. I guess True was next to Kiera and saw that I called. True gave me 1,000 after that. And I'm sitting there looking like, not even just that. It's too early.
Way too early.
That. You not my Zar. So it's too early to be showing me that. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand if you get a little overzealous, a little bit, showing a little, that's cool. That's cute. But you was giving me like, yo, chill. Like,
because when I spoke to you about that, this happened. We were in like the second or third episode of the season.
Bro,
this was very early on because we were confused. Because I remember we did a video about it, and I was confused about the whole thing about like because they had made it seem on TV.
Yeah, it was edited.
You had an issue that she had an Android instead of an iPhone. And so we did a video about it, and I was like, I don't get it. Like I don't know. I don't know what's the issue. Like so, she's an Android user.
Yeah. No, I didn't care if she was an Android user, a Steve Jobs user, whatever the case may, right? No, for real. At the end of the day, I was interested in her. I could tell that she had some motion going on. It's just that character-wise, she started to show a little bit. But listen to this. Even when she started showing a little character and started flipping out about, even at the shop that day, when she left, she really walked out. She didn't walk in the basement with Khalil. She really walked out. Production had to bring her back in. She was so mad. Later that day, she texted me a paragraph. Yo, I'm sorry, Naeem. Spelled my name all wrong. Yo, I'm sorry, Naeem. My mom had something stuff going on. I was late for the show. I should have just canceled on him today, this, that, and the third. And I never texted her back. I was like, it's cool. Later on, the show airing, the show about to come on. They throwing up clips of the show. I was feeling true. I didn't care that we was in the green bubbles. I didn't care that she had an Android. It's just that when she would come at me and when she would come at me and be like, well, you ain't called me. I'm like, I did call you. I text you. I'm like, here goes my text right here. I'm like, it's in the green. Matter of fact, why my shit still in the green? I see you got an iPhone. Yeah. Why am I still in the green? I don't care. I'm still going to text you, hit you, but I'm not on your line like that. And I think because I wasn't chasing nobody and I wasn't chasing her. So it was like a little confusing, I guess. But at the end of the day, it was like she was trying to equate me not calling or contacting her to me not being on her line. We communicated, but like I said, after a long day, Joe, I'm not like, yo, so listen, tell me more of your dreams while I go to sleep. Yeah. It's not that. I see you tomorrow. We're like paid actors right now at this point. They cutting cycles out every month. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. But when she got eliminated, Khalil came back and was like, yo, bro, she blew this up. She thought she mentioned your name 1,000 times. She thought, and I was like, for real? And then when we saw it on the show, it was like, she really think that I went back to all these niggas and said, yo, 86, get rid of her. And that's impossible. That's impossible. And for real, it was the complete opposite. I'm like, yo, I'm the only one that's feeling this chick, for real.
Yeah.
Everybody else is feeling somebody else.
Yeah.
It's not that they got her at the bottom, they just feeling somebody else. But when she started showing true colors, then it was like, all right. And then I never got a chance to make up to it because she got eliminated. You know what I mean? Right. So I never got a chance to clean it up and be like,
unhappy about that.
Yeah.
She was Saudi Arabia when she got eliminated.
Yeah,
she was very salty. She was very salty. And
it was unfortunate because it's like, you know, like you said, like a lot of times you guys are just going through this process and, you know, certainly you'll gain something from it at the end. And it just feels like it could be a learning opportunity.
For sure.
We don't know what we look like sometimes. Like, you know, we don't know how we're perceived by people who may be kind of trying to get with us or whatever the case may be.
Bro.
So when you can have that honest feedback, sometimes it's necessary.
And let me say this too to clean it up, right? Because I like to stay positive. These are my folks. Even if I didn't hit it off with True, that's still my dog. Even though she got me blocked, that's still my dog.
She got you blocked right now?
She might have everybody blocked though.
No. So no, because what you just said, Zar, it's like, yo, you went through with this, but now when it got aired and you see yourself and you see how people are viewing you, it's too much. So instead of you taking accountability, you shoot first, questions later. So now you block it, and it's like, when the show came out.
Because she didn't get blocked because of Naeem. She got blocked because of people's perception. Because we're not dumb, especially the avid, ready-to-love viewers. She got blocked because we saw what was really happening, what was really going on, especially after Naeem cleared up the cell phone debacle, right? The bubble gate. We saw what was really going on, and people started really kind of giving her tea for her favor. And I think the only way for her to direct her frustration was through blocking Naeem.
I was about to say, when the show started, she hit me up and was like, yo, Mr. So-and-so, my friends is on you. And she sent me like something, like her friend sent her like, yo, girl, why you ain't get with him? And she just screenshotted it and sent it to me like, yo, look, my friends is on you. And I didn't comment. I just was like, yo, you ready? Like, are you ready for what's about to happen? Because this shit is about to drop. And when it dropped, I'm confident, not how I was, but just I'm not confident of the outcome. I'm just confident of how I carried it with the men, the women, off camera, on camera, because I'm just very keen of character nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for me, it was just like, I'm not worried about nothing. But when I saw after when we all had premiere parties and I went back to go reach out to her, and I saw that, no, I'm lying. Somebody hit me and said, yo, I didn't know you used to date True. Oh, Deanna hit me. Deanna off the show hit me and said, yo, you used to date True? I said, other than, D is all that. D is a D.
All that, and I don't care what everybody says. She got bad attitude, but she all that.
No. D is all that, but D is a demon, like a great demon. That's my dog. She knows that. D know that she's a demon. She having her way out here. She's has it, but when the show aired, D was like, "Yo, you and True used to date." I said, "No, why you say that?" She put on one of the comments that you and her used to date, and I looked and I'm like, I don't see the comment. She screenshot it, and I'm like, "Yo, I can't find True." True got me blocked. I'm like, "Damn, True."
Oh wow.
So she's saying like you all used to date back in the day.
No, she was giving reference of the show, but made it sound like back in the day.
Okay.
That's like me saying, yeah, me and Joe was there. We was together all night. I was on the zone with them for an hour.
Right.
Let's be clear. I don't know what Joe did when he left.
This is my timeline right here. Nah, that makes a lot of sense, and I'm glad that you brought some clarity to that. So moving forward past True, right?
Mm-hmm.
You end up getting a connection with Tay. Mm-hmm. We love Tay.
We love Tay.
We love Tay, and we think that Naeem and Tay are the Riz gods of the Ready to Love universe, because y'all getting together and having the first date that we saw, it was fireworks. It was like Thanos meeting another Thanos from another universe.
Evil twin. It was just such good energy. And I think my critique always of people in Philly, hilarious. Yeah. My critique of people in Philly is honestly, they aren't good daters, especially like those who are from Philly, in Philly. We don't know how to just vibe with a person and it not turn into, I either got a baby or we gotta be together. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like when I saw that, that's what dating looks like to me.
Yeah.
Like you meet somebody, you hang out, y'all laughing, y'all joking, y'all flirting. You know what I mean? And we don't get to see that so often because everybody is trying to lock down who gonna be the
like True was. Yeah.
That you don't get to actually experience these things. So from your perspective, did it feel as good as it felt for me?
Yes.
You was going.
Yes, it did. Yes, because for multiple reasons though. One, because she curved me from the rip.
Right, that's right.
Like from the rip. Like I'm sitting there talking and I was like, let me just tell this beautiful woman right here that I got 5 kids real quick before she try to trust you. Because you know, everybody's coming with the left field questions. So Joe, tell me, what you like, girl, cut it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right. So when she did that, that was genuine. And I really didn't get to know her. And when she spun, that was genuine as well. But then also, when she requested the date at her crib, I was like, they was like, "Naim, you got a date tonight." I was like, "Whoa!" They was like, "Say," I was like, "Ah!" I was like, yo, hey, yo, listen, hey, yo, give me some roses.
500 roses.
Give me the roses, y'all. And then they was doing my interviews that night, and I said, yo, y'all gotta wrap this up. They said, why? I said, I got a date, bro. I got a date. I was excited because I felt her chemistry. I felt it when we sat down and talked, and she explained to me how she felt and wanting to, hit the reset button. Yeah. It had nothing to do with Francisco. It had nothing to do with nobody else but genuine connection. Zar and Joe. When I tell you, at the end of that date, they had to prowl us away from each other. Like, hey,
I believe it. No, I believe it.
Yo, we done. And they came to me like, yo, Naim, listen. If you want to come back, just wait till we leave. All right. Tay, if you want to let him in, just wait till we leave. Contract wise, we gotta separate y'all.
Yes.
Yeah, because it was going to last forever, like a Keith Sweat song. I swear to you.
Naim, please.
I'm telling you.
First of all, it felt that good to me. I hadn't watched a scene of like TV on like a dating show like that. I don't think ever. I was kind of like, I could feel, it was so palpable. I said, this is what I'm talking about, yo. Like when you just vibing with somebody, you know what I mean? We don't get that enough.
Because also, it was 2 personalities that really shined separately on the show, right?
Yeah.
So we thought on the women's side that Tay was really that girl.
When Tay showed up day one in that cute ass outfit.
Yeah.
It was that. I was like, oh,
we could tell. And then from the men's side, we kind of knew that Naeem was the guy on the men's side, right? So y'all come together and then y'all are just vibing. And so it was really rewarding as a viewer to be like, okay, this is why we watch, you know what I mean? Because I tell people all the time, I don't watch for the drama and the drinks being thrown in people's face. She watched Housewives for that. And I don't watch these shows for that. I watch watch because I
Right.
like to see people doing relatable things, growing in relationship, growing in love. And so that was really cool to see because I could tell that it was real and that it was genuine. And it is so cool to hear the backstory that y'all really had to be separated from production because y'all was just vibing that much.
I love that.
Let me say this too, Joe, to piggyback over what you said. I did my research because I told you I thought it was a podcast. So once I did my research on the show, I would have not have done it if it was ratchet, if it was anything that was on that type level. Now, don't get me wrong. I love I love watching Baddies. I love watching Erica Mena. I love watching all those other shows, and that's my ratchet enjoyment. But at the same time, that's not my world. You dig what I'm saying? Right. So at the same time, it's like if had it been one of them shows, I would have never did that. Yeah. Matter of fact, I would have never probably filled out an act for that joint. Yeah. Like, they taking contestants, they coming to Philly, they need me. Yeah. Nah.
I think that was a good way to go. Neil, you do have 5 children. Do you find that it's hard dating and having to, I guess, let women know that that's your circumstance?
No, because in speed dating on crack, on camera,
literally is what it is.
On paperwork, they like light skin, 5 kids, 3 baby mom, man bun. Nah, get him out of here.
Yeah,
get him out of here. He sound like a lot, and I get that. But if I met a woman, Zar, in public and we hit it off and we court and we get to know each other and we feel in each other and slowly but surely engage and invite each other in our worlds, she'll have the choice of, if she doesn't, no, she'll realize like, yo, I don't need you for my babies. I need you for me. You know what I mean? I don't need you. My kids don't need a mom. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, if you want to come in my world and add value, by all means, I'm not looking for you to do that. I'm looking for us to connect and see if we can be this, and then we could go on from there, because I know how I feel about children, whether they my own or somebody else's. You know what I mean? And I'm not expecting somebody to want to take that on, especially a woman at this little tender age of 44, 45. But at the same time, it's like I'm overstanding of, yo, I might not be everybody cup of tea.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially in that world that we're talking about especially on reality TV, Zar. Ain't no chick chasing no dude on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, they not gonna do it. They do it all stuff.
Oh, yeah. We found out from Netflix.
They're gonna be doing it.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So on the show it's like 5 kids. I'm not pursuing. I'm cool. Let me go through with him, and they be like, all right, cool, do your thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still gonna be cool with you, treat you with respect, have fun, go kick it. We going, you know what I mean? I'm not that guy.
Right.
So talking about vibing, I want to talk about a moment that was kind of like our rose for you, and I want to talk about a moment that was our thorn for someone else. You tickled me in this moment. Rocky read you a poem.
Rocky with the poem.
I couldn't. I'm gonna be very honest, and shout out to Rocky because she seems like such a.
Shouts to Rocky. That's my dog.
But I did not listen to the poem because I get severe secondhand embarrassment. I will break out in hives.
No, Zara wanted to leave the room. She
literally, but I could hold my ears and just watch. I could see yourself disassociating in the moment. I could see you like what is happening? How did you feel in the moment when she was talking about busting it wide open and being thrown up against the wall and all the things she was going to do to a man?
All right, so listen, you see how the joint is heavily edited, right?
Yeah.
So just go back to the third mixer where we all met each other, right? Mm-hmm. Remember, it was the first mixer with us
at the half.
Yeah. Second was the other half, and then the third was at the comedy club with Tommy when they all walked on the stage and they looked like Ready to Love Africa. When they when they all came out. So
yes.
So when they came out and we was there and I met Rocky for the first time, and Rocky actually was busting it up a whole lot of times. Like, we kept rotating the room. Me and Rocky kept busting it up. But they would come over and be like, all right, Naeem, go over there and talk to Kiera. Rocky, go over there and talk to Jay. And I'm like, all right, Rock, I'll be right back. We're going to continue that conversation. So, but every time I was talking to Rock, she'd be like, yo, you know I'm an erotic poet. And I'd be like, yeah. She'd be like, yeah, I want you to hear my shit. And I'd be like, yeah, let me hear that shit. And then when she started spitting it, every time she started spitting it, somebody come interrupt us. So she was dying to get the bars off, right?
Yeah.
So Block Party was like, all right, now we back. You ready? I said, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. So that's when she gave it to me, and they edited. Oh, listen, they
You're
edited.
crazy in that.
Yo, bro, they edited. They hit it with the right. I didn't do none of that. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Whatever my response was, but they edited crazy. I didn't do that. I was wiggle fingers, high five, like little dance with her. That's my dog. I wasn't trying to make her feel that way. And
Yeah,
that's the part of entertainment. That's the part of Hollywood that you can't control. Where it's like, yo, whatever my responses was, they're gonna edit and make it look like whatever they want to. Because I know for sure I know for sure as an artist, as a creator, I did not try to play rock, and I respect her craft. But then also too, you know what I mean? I used to rhyme, so like I want to hear your bars. And if you take time to write this, I want to hear it. It was a little bit like, you know what I mean? But that's cool. I'm not gonna try to play you. But Zar, me and Joe might not feel that day. But when you and the world see it, y'all like, why'd you say that to that man? And I'm like, you know what I mean?
From what I remember, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't date a lot of black men in Philly, but the black men that I did were very conservative. So I thought that was like a very that was like it was
forward, very forward,
as strong and forward as black women in Philadelphia can be. We do know how to be like
a little finesse.
But then they edited also to made it look like she was leading with that, and she wasn't.
Yes, it did.
So to her defense, shout out to Rock. To her defense, she didn't lead with the poem. Like, all right, now you ready? No, it was still getting to know you. You might busting it up, but it was like, yo, poetry. So she didn't lead with that.
This is
but
what I do because I was just like, Rocky, no, like give us a minute.
Also felt it was almost like a running theme of over sexualized activities, right?
I think so.
Because we talked about the painting, the body painting thing.
Yeah.
And we thought that was like, whoa, like what's happening?
Yeah.
When you heard about the body painting situation with Cisco and Shanice, what was your take on that?
So again, I'm in deliberation with Francisco. I'm not with Shani. You know what I mean? So when he tells us about the date, he's just telling us about the date. I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh wow. So and anybody that went on a date, we didn't experience it. So it's like it's news to us when we watch it, like, oh shit, this is what y'all really did, right? You know what I mean? Even with me and Tay, when I told him, like, yo, me and Tay really hit it off. No, y'all don't understand. We really hit it off. Probably more than all y'all, for real. You know what I'm saying? But we don't see that until we watch it, because we didn't experience that. So with Shanice and Francisco, if he told us they did that, it's like, okay, cool. But when we saw it, we like, brother, good job, brother. Good job, brother. Good job. But at the same time, I mean, that's after it was aired. You know what I mean? Like, I think watching that and being like, okay, cool. That was an interesting date. You know what I mean? And then I think they do that too, Zar, to see how people will react in different circumstances and scenarios. You know what I mean? Everybody might not be down with the body paint. Everybody might act shy. A guy might act the way a girl. You never know until you put in that circumstance. All of those things is to bring out people's, make people uncomfortable to see how they react. You know what I mean? But both of them was with the shit. So shout outs to them.
And so now we all can agree Shanice is fine, right?
As hell.
Had you been in that day with Shanice and she opened that coat up like that and told you to paint her entire frame, what you would have did?
Me being honest with you, being me, and Shiny my dog too. I'd probably be like, yeah, because the way the date was going, it was, the date was going. I don't know.
Leaving that date.
I don't know. I visualized what I would have did, but I don't know. I probably just to be for real, I probably would have said, turn around. Let's start painting the other way first.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Like, give me more time.
Yeah.
Did you see any women when you first came in that what's your normal type? Or do you have a normal type?
They got a similar look to them, a natural look to them, you know what I mean? But sometimes they might look like a refugee, you know what I'm saying? Like the refugee.
Being funny.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, get in there, you know what I'm saying? But no, honestly, I think I'm more attracted to a woman that's totally aware of themselves. You know what I mean? Getting on the show, it wasn't just going off of looks, because looks, you'd be like, all right, give me her, her, like that. It wasn't that. Because if that was the case, show would have been over from the rip. All right, y'all, we all got somebody. Let's go.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Or the best man win. Because it's like, yo, if everybody going after her and her, all right, now I got y'all. Now I'm a poor. But it wasn't that. So it was like, all right, hold your horses, because the moment you say you like this person, like I said, they're gonna put you in front of 2 other people that you might not have thought that you didn't have a connection with until you go out with them and you be like, yo, she's fucking the truth. She's amazing. Like Coley, don't get me wrong. Coley helped Coley out. Coley had lost her brother. Every time you bring up the subject, it was a real sensitive subject for her. And I'm like, yo, why don't you, what you do to honor your brother? What you do? She like, he loved to run. I think he was in the army or military. I was like, yo, why don't you put together like a 5K, get some shirts made, put his face and his name on it, get like 20 of y'all family members, balloons, and just do an annual thing to honor him. Yo, that's a great idea. And it's like, I think she implemented with her family. And it's like, yo, I'm here to add value. Regardless if we make that connection, I'm still going to add value wherever I can.
You said your birthday is in November. You a Sag?
22nd, the first day.
Damn, didn't I clock that? Listen, let me tell you something. You give big Sag energy. I love a Sagittarius. Also, it makes sense why you got 5 babies. It just is making more and more.
Y'all kept saying that. Y'all was like, yeah, we see. You see too? I see. I see it.
Because after the whole thing, because a lot of people don't have charisma, number one.
Yeah.
And they just don't know how to command a room. And there's something very powerful about that.
Yeah.
That women especially it's like, how the pastors be having a bunch of women and, all the men that's in leadership got a bunch of women and everything like that. It's natural for women to be drawn. It's like a moth to a light, like a flame. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you don't have no problem with meeting women.
No,
right, just really. I don't have a problem with meeting women, because my thing is I don't want nothing from you. You know what I mean? I don't want if I like you, you're gonna feel that. If I like somebody, they're gonna feel that. But I don't just like everybody, and I'm not just on everybody bumper like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, it's too time flowers on their windshield.
I love that.
Yeah.
So that was another one of my questions. Are you like a big thing now that people are not dating anymore? So do you think you're like the kind of guy that like want to take you out and wine and dine you, or are you like a Netflix and chill kind of guy?
I'm both. I'm like, no, let's take the Uber to Steak 30 to Steak 48. Let's take the Uber to Steak 48. We're gonna sit in the back, canoodle, right? I'm calling Steak 48 from the rip. I'm letting them know it's a special holiday, even though it's not.
Because you don't know, you're not giving up a free celebrations item. I'm not doing it.
Yo, put some roses on my table for me. Damn, now when we get there, other people looking like, babe, why you didn't get the roses? Right now, let's catch the Uber from Steak 48 to another little spot in Old City. All right, bet. Now we in Old City, different vibe, but this a different side. Yeah. Boom. Now you hungry? Let's catch the Uber. Let's go get a steak real quick and go to another spot. You ready to go home? All right, I'm gonna drop you off and I'm gonna catch the Uber home. Damn, you don't want nothing? Nothing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Nothing. Or you know what? Hey, look. Grab a blanket, let's get some hoagies from Majors, a couple canned sodas or some steaks from Del Sandro's. Get a blanket, let's go sit somewhere, and let's fall back on the grass and play Uno. With a bottle of Pinot.
Yeah, straight up. That's some real shit. I fuck with that.
I could go left or right.
Okay, so this what I want to know too, right? So I'm from West Philly. Zar's from Uptown. What part of the city are you from?
Uptown.
Okay.
That's why when Eddie, I actually live off 68th and Ogans right now. I actually live off 68th and Ogans right now.
Crazy.
But I'm from Chew and Upsall. I'm from back Chew Avenue. I'm from back there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm from back there. I went to Germantown. I grew up off. My grandma lived on Warner Lane and Baton. So Haines Street, Dogtown, all Uptown, West Oak Lane, Wadsworth, East Oak Lane, everywhere.
Yeah, Zar's a West Oak Lane girl. So y'all was at Fritz's house for an event. I'm trying to figure out where the hell Fritz lived, because that house looked amazing. It didn't look like it was in Philly.
That was Delaware, and that was his brother crib.
That makes
sense. But he said this is a temporary spot. He said that, and he just didn't spill all the beans. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like my brother house is my house.
Yeah, straight up.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
And then
It was a beautiful house.
And Joe, don't get me wrong. After every episode we film, he like, yo, want to go to the pool? We like, yup.
Straight up. We out there.
Yup. After a long day of filming, you ain't gotta go. We out. You know what I'm saying? We drive right back up to Delaware's, right up there past Ridley. Boop boop. We there.
What? Oh my God, what was I going to ask you? Why don't nobody like Eddie?
Who don't like Ed? That's like, first of all, let me say
No, it was seeming like the ladies wasn't feeling Eddie. They was calling him a drunk. They saying he outside too much, and it's like we didn't get that from we like Eddie.
I was about to say, Joe, listen, the shit is mad edited. We can have a party right. We can have a party right now and charge people $25 for a photo opportunity with Eddie, and we'll make damn near $3,000, $4,000 right now. Like telling you, the world love Eddie. Don't do that. Don't do that.
So this is my thing, and this is my theory, and you let me know, because we were just talking about us and having a baby and everything like that. I think, and this is a very controversial take that I'm about to have.
Let's do it.
I think some of these women are jealous of Eddie's freedom. Positioned himself in a way that he's able to be in the world and do what he wants to do, how he wants to do it. And because he's not encumbered by a lot of he don't got a lot of kids, he don't got this, he don't got that, you know what I mean? Because he's not encumbered by those things, it could be almost like unattainable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's true. That's true, because sometimes women and men look at people's availability and how much responsibility they got in the world. And it don't mean that Eddie don't got less responsibility than anybody else. It just means that he has the freedom and flexibility to still live life at his leisure. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. And somebody might feel not intimidated, but like jealous of that. A woman or a man could feel jealous of that. Right. Yeah, because it'd be like, who the hell does dude think he is? A Milan model?
Straight up.
Yeah, I drank when we weren't pregnant. Not even when we didn't have kids. When we weren't pregnant, me and Joe could really be drinking like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Anybody will call us and be like, "Oh, you trying to hit the streets tonight?" Like, all right, listen, let me move some. We outside.
I don't see why Eddie should do any less than what he's doing now, because I think the biggest thing that I take away from a lot of people, specifically in the dating world, is you cannot skip phases of life. It's going to be a phase of life where you need to be outside, you need to be doing you, and you need to be selfish, right? And then when you become a parent, you have to focus on keeping a human alive, and that's the phase. But then when you raise that human, you need to go back outside, especially if you're married. Take that woman that you raised that kid with and go celebrate putting kids into the world as young adults and experience this phase of life.
Right. I just think Ed is a dope dude. He young. He got so much ahead of him. Ed know, like I know, like ain't nobody opinion Dieter in your image, Ed, because you still, you know what I mean? You did enough work out here, you know what I'm saying, that people know, you know, at the end of the day, like, one, you passionate about what you do as far as construction. You passionate about basketball. People know you out here. You from uptown, and you're still a young black man trying to figure it out. I'm not going to make you feel wrong.
Right.
At all. And we need to provide space. This is my theory. Some of these men that are dating in Philly would thrive in other cities.
Oh, I don't think that's up for debate.
In a world where you're around more young professional women.
Yep.
And I don't want to say these women.
It's totally acceptable. Nothing in another space. It's nothing that Eddie would be doing would be frowned upon. And I don't think Eddie would have caught.
Yeah, because if he's in Houston, everybody's outside all the time.
Vegas, LA.
You know what
That's
I mean?
the culture. That's the culture.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I think Ed was trying to explain that. Like, yo, bro, I'm just drinking. You know what I mean? Like when I go out with y'all, I'm not like casually. So, but like I said, also, I wasn't around all the areas that he was at, so I don't know how his behavior was perceived to the women. I just know that was my dog. So, you know what I mean? When I watched it, I was like, oh, shit, they try to get you.
Yeah.
They try to get you.
It did feel that way. But speaking of deliberations, and we're going to get you out here. Speaking of deliberations, when you guys are in the vault with Uncle Tom, we call him Uncle Tommy because we ain't calling him a nephew. The age demographic is not there.
Right.
When you in the vault with Uncle Tommy, where the hell are y'all? Because this place looks fly as hell. And I'm like, is this place in Philly? Like, where is it at?
Yeah, it's called the Vault Basement. It's the basement of Ocean Prime.
Oh,
Downtown off it's downtown. Um
Yeah.
right there. Ocean Prime. It's a door right on the other side. It's the vault. It's called the Vault Basement. You go down there.
it's fly.
It's a real secretive entrance. But bro, you go there for happy hour,
I'm
nothing but
about to say, it
elegance.
used to be like
Really?
and all that stuff though.
Hey Joe, nothing but elegance. Black man. First of all, it's one of those spots where you gotta have. It's a dress code. You're not walking. They're gonna turn you
Yeah,
around.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what I love because you gotta come correct. So you gotta be in there with the
Yeah. I know. I'm
yeah,
with that. I
yeah,
like that. I gotta check that spot out. I
yeah.
like that.
Oh
It's
man,
real
just
sharp. It's real cool.
next time you slide, just let me know.
I definitely will. I'm
Matter of fact, you coming up for the Roots. I'll be at the Roots. I got a few folks that'll be there, but I'll be in the mix. So if you're around, definitely.
Okay, say less.
For sure.
And I gotta check that spot out. That's a really cool spot.
So my last question, Naeem, first of
Mhm.
all, I have to say, I had so much fun with you.
And let me tell y'all, this has been. Listen, I don't know how y'all felt in the comments, but
But
I had a good time tonight. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn how y'all felt.
Without giving too much away, what can we look
Mhm.
forward to?
Spiciness.
Oh,
He already knew.
The shit gets listen, because when they stopped it, I'm like, I'm not worried about nothing because I'm still in it to win it. But listen to this. It gets spicier. It gets
Okay.
spicier. The reunion, the last cup, the getaway, it gets spicier. So like
I'm excited.
that's all I'm gonna tell y'all. That's all.
But did you guys already know that the hiatus was coming? Because we was caught off guard by the hiatus.
Yeah, no, we was caught off guard too. But see, this is me. I'm like a little kid. I'm like, who gives a fuck? I get to run my movie through the summer.
Yeah, that's
You do,
true.
but you do.
I'm all
That's
excited.
true.
I'm like, yo, y'all, white party in August. Let's run our movie. Shiny, Eddie, let's run our movie in the summer. Y'all tripping.
Straight up.
Y'all tripping.
And y'all should have like a ready to love mixer.
No, we are. We had several mixers in the beginning, but I'm like, yo, y'all, listen, I know all of us got people that want to support, but let's come together. Let's come together on the second half and let's make it. It don't matter if you left or not. Like, come on, y'all, because like
I love that.
all of us, we still should be smooth, y'all. Like, and let's run this. And even if it's not running a bag up, like, just also capitalizing off momentum.
Yeah, I love that.
Still, because to take me back, Francisco, the scene that you had with Francisco was a big deal for me. I
Yeah.
love to see black men, one, holding black men accountable, but also showing love and giving them room.
Mm-hmm.
And you did that. And that was like, okay, like this is, you know what I mean? We don't see, when we say we want to see a man build a house and shit like that, we also mean we want to see men do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Yeah.
love on each other and really big someone up. Somebody who could benefit, y'all got to get Francisco numbers up. That motherfucker could really be doing something out here making a couple dollars wearing Banana Republic or some shit. You know what I mean? Because I was like, his story was so deep to me, but I'm like, bro, in one season, you could flip this on his head. You could be somebody completely new next year. And I feel like, to your point, y'all got to ride this shit through the whole summer. Like, this has got to, you do have
For sure.
to make it a movie.
For sure, because that's what I told Francisco. I'm like, yo, bro, listen, this is just right now.
Right.
Next year, you could look up and be like, that moment that I had is propelling all of this right now.
Yeah.
And I don't even mean being on camera. I'm just meaning that conversation you having with you and God. Like, God, what's up? What I gotta do?
Yes.
That's it. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm fed up. What do you need me to do? And just keep it there. Just learn how to give it to God. And just learn how to respect, whether he say yes or no, whether he's chastising you or not. Because he's chastising you for a reason for you to get it together. And a lot of times we don't respect that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just had to remind my brother in that moment, like, yo, bro, I'm just like you. I gotta put my best foot forward every day, just like you. If I don't move my feet, I don't eat, just like you. And I don't mean physically, I don't mean financially, I mean like spiritually, I mean like wholeheartedly. I mean like, yo, like living life fulfilled and not how things look, but how things make us feel.
Yes.
You know? So it's just about just following your heart, bro. It sounds like a Disney movie, but it is. It's like, yo, bro, follow your heart.
Real.
Nobody can come in between you, your heart, and God.
Period. That's real. And I appreciate y'all having that moment and being close and just being able to show that vulnerability and that transparency and the brotherhood. I see I've seen y'all do some watch parties together. I've seen y'all be out.
Yeah. These my guys. They come work out with me. We run any moment. I don't really go out like that. Now this is me. I'll go out. I'll go to different spots, but I'm not in the mix. So I don't like going. Like people that know me know. Like I take pride knowing that people know. Like not coming. I'm like y'all know I ain't coming. Y'all know I ain't coming. Now it's an event. If it's something y'all having, and I'm coming in and but if people see me and my close friends and they be like, damn, you be yeah, because I be like, bro, I move how I move. I'm around a bunch of people. When I'm not, I like to, and that don't mean I don't know how to have a good time, but in increments. You know what I mean? I'm a dad. Besides being busy, between being busy and bullshitting, I'm a dad.
Yeah.
Like all the time. All the time. Like I might have leisure time while I'm BSing, but I'm really getting busy. If I don't move my feet, it's for these babies. You dig what I'm saying? My next moves, 10 moves, 5 moves, all be it for the alignment of these kids, man. So whatever fun I have, I'll be like, thank you, God. Like me and my man are here right now. He married, he got his kids, I got kids, but at the same time, we grew up with each other, and at the same time, it's like we grew with each other. You know what I'm saying? We not just the same dudes we was 20 years ago. We grew. He watched me grow. I watched him grow. And that's what life is about. Relationships growing, you individually growing, nourishing the kids, nourishing what's in front of you. You dig what I'm saying? Because we don't got too much time to be here, man. So we got to enjoy it and also just respect what God got in front of us.
Period.
We got to get you married, though.
She said, we got to get you married, though.
You know what I mean? I want you to be Shannon Sharp out here.
I want you to be Shannon Sharp out here.
I don't think that's gonna be too hard though, to be honest.
We gonna grow a little. I want to get you. We wanted to figure some things out, Mr.
We growing our little database. I don't think
we growing our little database. Y'all should put together a mixer.
Listen, we are.
Listen. Y'all got a community. Capitalize off your community. Have mixers, throw trips, throw R&B nights, like do that with your community, because
we really are.
Like you said, like y'all two just said, y'all like to have fun. You think your community don't?
Yup.
Let them let you tell them y'all going on a hike, or y'all going for a run, or y'all doing a walk, or y'all get, you understand? Like engage with your community. Because that's when they're gonna really rally behind you when it's time to go to the top.
100%. We just was talking to one of our producers about this same exact thing the other day, this past week. So that's funny that you say that. But yeah, we got we run our little database. It ain't gonna be hard to get somebody like Naeem, but we'll see. We still gotta watch the second half. We still gotta. So am I.
I don't like.
And so am I. And I'm married, and there ain't nothing wrong with it. The second half of Ready to Love, we could look forward to it in August, I think. Right?
Yeah, bro. That's what they said. They said in August. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, hey, we just actually filmed some recap episodes. So so they reached out to a few of us. I think all of us, but they reached out to us, and we all had to do recaps for the first 6 episodes like this via Zoom, what I mean, on the phone. So I think that's a great way to stretch it out. Stretch it out, but I'm not sure why they did it or what's the reason, but ask me if I give a heck.
No, I think you need to be talking about everything. They need to make sure they keep a microphone in your face, because we need to know exactly how you feel about all the things. I need to know how you feel about everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So
I think they're going to do that.
Anybody who want to talk to you, go ahead and chat them up. You know what I mean? Because
I got you.
It's been such a pleasure.
Yeah.
Ladies, if y'all out there and y'all want to be a part of my database, y'all better let me know.
Add Joe and Zar.
Naeem, you don't know this, but I've gotten 4 girlfriends married.
I heard you say that on one of your episodes. That you was a matchmaker and you was getting people together.
I literally be getting people together, and I be keeping them together. Okay, now one got away from me, but
not one got
away from me. Okay, but
that's cool.
The matter is, I'm 4 or 5.
You're hitch. So you're hitch, like Will Smith off Hitch.
And if
all right, cool.
The problem is, too many of y'all don't listen. But to the ones that do listen, shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're gonna hear this. I'm sure they're gonna hear this. They're gonna hear this.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Yes.
No problem.
It felt like home. It felt like I'm like sitting on the steps.
Yeah,
100%. It's just different. It's just different with us.
I haven't reached out to no other, like I'm talking about. I done watched a million reviews where they be getting my name wrong. They be just giving false information. I be like, did y'all really watch it? And then I listen to y'all and y'all go back and forth. I be like, yo, they really watched it. She's really educated. He really is smart. They really respect each other. Oh, I love y'all. I'm like, this is not fraud. Y'all not doing this for shits and giggles. Y'all not just trying to, let's play catch up so we can put the content out. I can feel it. So I respect y'all. I respect y'all as a black couple. I respect y'all as parents. I respect y'all individually, mindset wise, and y'all can just feel the energy. So I appreciate y'all, man, for allowing me to be
1,000%, man. We appreciate you coming on. I love everything that you got going on. I wish you the best, man. You got some really good motion. I love your passion about health and wellness. I think especially specifically in the black community is such a big area that's lacking. I really appreciate that about you, and anything that we can do to help forward your cause and your mission with that, never hesitate to let us know. We definitely going to connect next time I'm in Philly, the Roos Picnic and anything else. So thank you so much for taking your time and sitting down with us, man. I haven't laughed in a podcast session that we've done with a guest this
I'm usually the funniest person he knows.
So
not gonna be off my square, okay?
I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all, man.
Have a beautiful night.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much.
Watching this, y'all know we just had an absolute positive time with Naim Turner from Philadelphia's Ready to Love.
Yeah.
Okay, he gave us some insight on some things that really, I think, makes the process a lot better where he is in his life. And it's just really nice. It felt really homey. I don't know if y'all got the vibe, but
yeah, man, and I'm excited to see the whenever these seasons go on hiatus in the middle of the season, it makes me lose a little bit of the luster and the excitement. But talking to Naeem kind of reinvigorated a little bit of that for me, so I'm excited to see. We still got to wait 1,000 months until we see the second half if we're talking about August. But at the same time, I'm excited to see.
It'll go fast. We'll have a baby in August.
Yeah, it'll go fast. So I'm excited to see it, and then we're gonna keep it coming. We might have somebody else from this season on too. So we're gonna try to help pass the time for y'all.
Yes, exactly. Keep you guys locked into Ready to Love on OWN. Okay, if you haven't watched it, go back and check it out. We will be coming back with our Never Ever Mets, okay? But I really enjoyed this. We gotta get back into the Never Ever Mets. OWN is trying, y'all, and we gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. But I was watching Grits and Eggs podcast that I love, and
taste some grits right now.
I could eat anything right now. No, don't introduce food in my brain. Y'all, I've been eating so much lately. It's been freaking me out. I be like, girl, put the cookie down. If you're new here, I'm your girl, Intisar Eleanor. I'm joined with my beautiful husband, Zar Conner. And our special guest today was Naim Turner. Thank you guys so much for watching The Conner's Couch, okay? I hope y'all enjoyed this as much as we did. We'll see you beautiful jumps on the other side.